What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. I'm Steven. This is Steven in Stereo, and in today's video we are going to be checking out two Taylor Swift acoustic performances. These are both from Chicago. Delicate and Gorgeous. So I want to give a huge shout out to Olive on Patreon for actually requesting these videos. Thank you so much for your support. Now, before we get into today's video, I actually just want to plug my Patreon. Honestly, everything I'm able to do with YouTube being my career is because of Patreon, so I'm so thankful for everyone that supports me over there. In exchange for that, I do a little bit of exclusive content over there. We just did the Folklore Pawn Sessions documentary as a watch party over there, so if you want to check that out, I could not upload my reaction to YouTube. I tried, so I have the whole thing over there on Patreon, as well as the Red Tour, the entire 1989 tour, I have so much. Folklore, a full uncut album reaction. I have a ton of Taylor Swift content over there. Anything that's ever been blocked, whatever. So if you're interested in any of those things, make sure to check out the link in the description to support me and get some cool content. With all those things out of the way, I'm super hyped to dive into this. I love Taylor Swift featuring one instrument. I say this all the time. I fell in love with it through some of the Reputation tour, and then watching like the Grammy Museum performances. I feel like that's where I really started to see that power take hold. So I'm pretty hyped for these. I love these songs, so let's do it.
This ain't for the best. My reputation's never been worse.
Oh yeah, wait a minute. What is one thing I talk about on this channel all the time? My absolute love for that crowd interaction where the crowd just sings songs with somebody, with the artist, and with Taylor Swift fans, it's always amazing. I have a feeling this is gonna be fucking intense for both of these songs.
Just like me from me. We can't make any promises now, can we, babe?
Oh, hell yeah.
You can make me a drink. Top on the east side, where you at? Fall to my nightstand in the black. Come here, you can meet me in the back. Dark jeans and your Nikes, look at you. Oh damn, never seen that color blue. Just think of the fun things we could do.
She creates such an amazing space for people.
This ain't for the best. My reputation's never been worse, so you must like me from me. We can't make any promises now, can we, babe?
Woo!
She can make me a swing. Is it cool that I said all that? Is it chill that you're in my head? Cause I know that's delicate.
Yeah!
Is it cool that I said all that? Is it too soon to do this yet? Cause I know that it's delicate. Isn't it, isn't it, isn't it?
Woo!
Isn't it, isn't it, isn't it? Isn't it delicate? Third floor on the west side, me and you.
Can we just talk about this? Like, I'm trying not to pause this too much because I'm enjoying this performance. But when I hear the crowd come in like that, like, imagine getting to be in this room. And I know some of you probably were. One of my favorite things about doing this channel is that I say something like that. Someone in the comments will be like, oh my God, I was there. Imagine being in this room. I talk about that power that Taylor Swift has where she can get up there with one instrument and really move a crowd. She's one of those people where even just an acoustic guitar can feel like a full band performance because of the amount of power she has, not only in her vocals, but also just in her performance and lyricism. I feel like it brings a crowd together. Now, having said all that, we've got that amount of power mixed with this amazing fan base who it seems like there's no phones or anything, so I wonder if maybe they were told like they can't record anything, which is amazing because everyone is involved in this. They're not trying to record it. They are just sharing this moment with Taylor Swift, and you can hear it in the harmonization from the vocals, and I love it.
Isn't it delicate? Third floor on the west side, me and you. Inside your mansion with the view to the girls back home. Touch you like I do. Long night with your hands up in my hair. Echoes of your footsteps on the stairs. Stay here, honey, I don't wanna share. This ain't for the best. My reputation's never been worse, so you must like me for me.
Yes.
promises now, can we, babe? You can make me a dream. Is it cool that I said all that? Is it true that you're in my head? 'Cause I know that it's delicate. Is it cool that I said all that? Is it too soon to do
I wish I was here. Oh my god.
I know that it's delicate. Isn't it, isn't it, isn't it? Isn't it? Isn't it, isn't it, isn't it? Isn't it delicate? Sometimes I wonder when you sleep, are you ever dreaming of me?
You know, I talk about intimate performances a lot. I talk about how even in her biggest like reputation tour, stadiums are sold out, everything, she made those performances feel very intimate. Something about the way she would start floating amongst the crowd and things like that, it was really important. This is true intimacy. Like, I've seen like one other thing in a performance that was this small with a crowd. And it was one of the first performances live I'd ever watched from her, like back in, I think it was probably early 2019. I can't even imagine the power and the overall like overwhelming feeling you would have of just being in this room. Fuck.
Sometimes when I look into your eyes,
Woo!
I pretend you're mine all the damn time. Is it true that I said all that? Is it true that you're in my head?
She's so fucking cool.
I know that it's delicate. Is it cool that I said all that? Is it too soon to do this yet?
Woo!
'Cause I know that it's delicate. Is it cool that I said all that? Is it true that you're in my head? 'Cause I know that it's delicate. Is it cool that I said all that? Is it too soon to do this yet? 'Cause I know that it's delicate.
It's the laugh at the end for me where you know that she's having an amazing time. And I think that's one thing that I've always noticed about her performances is as we went through the 1989 tour, which is like so fucking cool. But as we went through the 1989 tour and the Reputation tour, no matter how she might have been feeling, no matter any of those things, you would never know. Because she gets on stage and she brings the real happiness of what she feels for these songs and for her fans. And it's so fucking cool to see somebody who uses that time to block out everything else going on in their life. I mean, think of Reputation. That comeback after being canceled and, you know, most of the world hating you, your fans never hated you. And so she could come out on that stage and know that was a safe place where she could just be happy and not think about any of those things. I see that when I see a smile at the end of her performance like she just had. Like, that's true happiness. Like, she's not just putting it on for her fans. She's putting it on because this is where she is truly happy. Okay, next track is Gorgeous.
I'm just checking to make sure that this is in the right key because I've had this issue lately where I start a song and then I have to start it over with, which is sort of a recurring issue I used to have when I was like 14. It's come back. So, anyway, this is called Gorgeous.
God, I love this little venue right here.
You should take it as a compliment that I got drunk and made fun of the way you talk. You should think about the consequence of your magnetic field being a little too strong.
Oh, God, this crowd is fucking feeling this.
And I got a boyfriend, he's older than us. He's in the club doing I don't know what. You're so cool, it makes me hate you so much. Whiskey on ice, sunset and wine. You ruined my life.
Woo!
By not being mine. You're so gorgeous.
Woo!
I can't
I absolutely love her hitting that note live.
You're so gorgeous. I can't say anything to your face. at your face. And I'm so furious at you for making me feel this way. What can I say? You're gorgeous.
And like, I've got like FOMO right now, and this is in 2018, so I have time travel FOMO because I am so sad that I'm not in this crowd. All those years I lived in Chicago, and of course I moved to Scottsdale before she goes off and does this in Chicago. I also wasn't listening to Taylor Swift yet, so there's a lot of things, I guess, that didn't work out that way. But I have so much FOMO right now, just hearing this crowd and just how happy they are. I wish I could have been included.
You're gorgeous.
Like, listen to that happiness. Come on.
You should take it as a compliment that I'm talking to everyone here but you. And you should think about the consequence of you touching my hand in a darkened room.
Woo!
If you got a girlfriend, I'm jealous of her. But if you're single, that's honestly worse. 'Cause you're so gorgeous, it actually hurts. Ocean blue eyes, looking in mine. I feel like I might.
Okay, I'm in love with this run right here. Can we do this one more time?
Actually hurts. Ocean blue eyes, looking in mine. I feel like I might sink and drown and die. You're so gorgeous. I can't say anything to your face. Just look at your face. And I'm so furious at you for making me feel this way. What can I say? You're gorgeous.
I love this, like, every time she goes for, like, her guitar break where she goes and plays this little moment, this is probably the second time just in this performance alone, there's, like, a delay, and then the crowd goes absolutely nuts.
For making me feel this way. What can I say? You're gorgeous. Make me so happy, it turns back to sad.
Hey.
There's nothing I hate more than what I can't have.
Hey.
You are so gorgeous, it makes me so mad. Make me so happy, it turns back to sad. There's nothing I hate more than what I can't have. Guess I'll just stumble on home to my cats.
Her face right here.
I'll just stumble on home to my cats. Alone. Unless you wanna come along. You're so gorgeous. I can't say anything to your face. Just look at your face. Anything to your face. Just look at your face. And I'm so furious at you for making me feel this way. But what can I say? You're gorgeous. Make me so happy it turns back to sad. There's nothing I hate more than what I can't have. You are so gorgeous, it makes me so mad.
Yeah!
Make me so happy it turns back to sad.
Hey.
There's nothing I hate more than what I can't have. You are so gorgeous, it makes me so mad. You're gorgeous.
Woo! Look at that. Seeing that pure form of happiness at the end of these songs. I mean, obviously she's having an amazing time performing, and it's really cool to actually get to see somebody really utilizing this talent as a way of finding that happiness. And it's these smiles at the end, like, you know, as she's coming away from the song, like, fuck yes. Like, she's feeling it, the intensity is high, and everything is just full of happiness. And on top of all those things, you've got a room full of people that fucking love you so much, and they are literally a part of this song. And actually, these performances hit so hard because obviously Taylor's doing an amazing job. It's what she does. She's a professional at this. But having her fans, jealous I wasn't included, having her fans screaming these songs at the top of their lungs, creating this moment for this song is what really takes these performances to the next level. Because in an intimate room like this, a very small venue, trust me, unless she does some like really intimate performances or like listening party sessions or anything like that again, this is about as intimate as it gets for Taylor Swift these days, because she's obviously such a big artist. And even here, I'm surprised that she even did this. But like, this is such a magical moment. Like, these people will never forget this. Taylor will probably never forget this, because just listening to the audio alone, you can hear how emotional and happy the fan base is. And I fucking love to see that. And again, her response says it all. That huge authentic smile at the end of these performances, because she knows full well that this was just such a fucking moment in history. Historical moment for her musically, because you're just getting a chance to interact with your fans on an entirely different wavelength, and it's fucking amazing to get to see that even secondhand. Even though I wish I was there just to experience this, just to say that I did it, I think that would have been absolutely incredible. But it's just awesome to get to see her performing these songs with so much happiness. So you guys already heard my ranting and raving about how much I love this performance, but let me know in the comment section if there are other performances I haven't watched that had such an intimate feeling like this as well, because I would love to check those out. I want to give a huge shout out to Olive on Patreon for actually requesting these. Thank you so much. These were fucking awesome, and I'm so glad to have finally gotten to experience them. I feel like this is the coolest fucking way to see Taylor Swift. I hope you guys liked today's video. I'll see you in the next one. Peace.